They be talking this and that. I need this, I need that. What about what I need, you know? Check. I need whoever won the Powerball to holler at me. I need women to stop thinking men will make them happy. I need Obama to say fuck it, let me free Mumia. I need Def Jam to treat Jada good as Bieber. I need my son to feel the cops wouldn't shoot him down. That's for Michael Brown. I need Nike and Jordan to build some high schools. I need Young Thugger to spend a summer with Ice Cube. I need my people drinking clean water up in Flint. I need nobody, keep my camp low, this is it. I need the world to know I'm who Jaden is talking about, and not the other way around. I needed to point that out. I need Cohibas and Macallan 12 in my glass. I need our daughters not to think they gotta show their ass. I need my very own reality show. The one moment, miss moment, I need creative control. Check. I need Trump to not really become the president. I need that Stephen A.V. DNA evidence. I need
Yeah. Welcome to the Misfits of Comedy podcast. It is your boy, C.A. Travels in the house with my host, Kenny B.
Yo, what's up?
And it is another episode of Misfits of Comedy in the ATL. My guest for today is Mr. Tom Sherman.
Good evening, y'all.
What's up, Tom? How you doing?
Glad to be here. Honored to be here.
It's very Republican voice on for you guys. So you guys can feel comfortable.
And he's not being held hostage, I promise.
Right, I promise.
Come on, I'm surrounded. What are you talking about? I'm surrounded by 3 black guys.
Now hold the goddamn newspaper with the date on it and tell the people what our demands are. So Tom,
well, we know this is not a Coco video.
Right.
So.
You can get the baby on, be scared. Well, how long you been doing comedy, man?
About 4 years by now.
Really?
Yeah, only 4.
Okay. You had no break, straight 4 years. Because you know people
That's
like,
right. Well, I started towards the end of my career, and I was dating a young lady who had taken some comedy courses. We went to comedy shows, and she said, I've taken a course, why don't you take a course? And that was about 4 or 5 years ago.
who was the course with?
A guy named Josh Harris.
That was out here?
It was at Atlanta Comedy Theater.
I think
That's
I
where he
heard
was
it.
doing it.
Yeah, okay. So they normally have a graduation show. Did he have one of those?
They did.
How did you do?
I keeled.
I know that's right.
How long was your set?
I think we only had about 4 minutes.
Okay. Oh, you remember what your set was?
Well, it had to be clean, so it's been
Really?
a long time since I've given a clean set. I guess.
Shit. Okay. Clean set. Really?
So was that?
Well, one example. So I used to, one of the things I used to say is, well, I can still say it. I used to run a lot. I've run all my life as a sort of athletic guy, but over time, running takes its toll. I used to be 6'4". Now I'm down to about 5'7". It's just that compression.
Okay. So being on the comedy scene in 4 years, it's all been in Atlanta, right? Nowhere else?
Nowhere else.
Okay. Have you been on the road? Have you been, who you been opening up for? Because I think I've seen you open up for a few people.
Well, I've done, it's primarily, my journey has been open mics.
Okay.
Around town, as many shows as I can get into.
Okay.
But then more and more recently, I've been asked to, so I've been guaranteed an open mic spot because quite often you don't get up.
Yeah.
Because the other comics, all talented, are there too. But more and more I'm getting paid. I'm featuring, not headlining, but featuring on a very steady basis. Got to go down to Warner Robins the other day for a wonderful show.
Okay.
I got chased out of Warner Robins by a shotgun. But go ahead,
Okay.
carry on.
Okay.
Bunch of white guys in goddamn suspenders told me, you lost, boy? I was like, no, that's my cue. That's my cue. They told me boy means the N-word. Let me get the fuck up out of here. Okay, all right. So how was that?
It was good. It went really, really well. It was a talented lineup. Barbara Carlisle was the headliner.
Oh, Barbara Carlisle.
I just worship her. So.
That's a legend right there.
Yeah, high cotton. It was, we say.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Have you gotten any gems from anybody in these 4 years from any other comedians, maybe of her caliber or anybody else just on the regular comedy scene that's kind of helped you so far?
Well, I'm trying to. So one of the things in comedy is it's 50% material and 50% how you present it. And that's kind of a loose thing we say.
Right.
Or at least that's what I've been taught.
Right.
And so I have my material, but I'm trying to modify material and present it in a manner by which I like the way another comic does it.
Right.
For example, I've got a set, but I love T.K. Kirkland, for example.
Okay. All
and
right.
he is just magnificent in the way he sets his jokes up. He's got his own material. I'm never going to touch it. But the way he presents it is just amazing.
Gotcha.
And so I don't know if that answers your question.
Okay. All right. Do you have any, outside T.K. Kirkland, is there any other inspirations that you look at, you can go, I could see some of myself in that person, or I can relate to that person. There's something about them that you can kind of take from them and kind of bring onto the stage with them?
T.I. has taught me a lot, believe it or not, because he's entered the comic scene.
He has.
And,
really? Okay.
And watching his material and how it works and how he spreads it out is very interesting, because he talks more about his family. And I've been urged to talk more about my family.
Right, absolutely.
And so, again, we each have our own material,
Right.
but it's the subject matter that we set up.
Right. That's facts. I remember doing a competition, and Ronnie Perry told me, hey, man, there's jokes you said, anybody in this room, I could have given that set to that old lady right there, her, him, anybody could say that's very generic. We didn't know nothing about you in the last 5 minutes. Be more yourself.
And Ronnie Perry, I'm glad you mentioned that, because there was a time about 3 years ago, that he was at Punchline. And I was there with the woman I told you I took the classes with.
Yeah.
And after a show, she and I and another comic sat for an hour just talking to Rodney out in the Landmark Diner area. And it was amazing. It was great. I mean, he just helped me along. He's been generous to me, not in terms of money, but in support through the last 3-4 years. And I've been lucky enough to appear a couple times with him.
Because that motherfucker be dodging my call, so I gotta know. Like, hey, man, be a mentor. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm coaching my sons.
Well, next time he and I are talking, I'll forward the call.
Yeah, please. Because I've been trying to take his improv class. That's one of the hardest classes to get into.
I was taking a class, a regular comedy class, and he walked in one night, and for an extra hour, we all did improv with Rodney. And it was amazing. It was Alton Walker's class, and
that's another person's class I want to get into.
Yeah, and he's kind of discontinued because he's on the radio now. But his class has been very good to me. It was a reminder, because you can never, my view is you can never take enough classes. That's true. I've probably taken 2 or 3 classes, 4 classes by now, as refreshers, to get other viewpoints, to understand the trade.
After you take these classes, do you feel revitalized and more eager to get out with some new material?
I do, because it makes me more confident in what I've been able to develop.
Okay.
We need the reinforcement. We all need the reinforcement of the refreshers, but it does convince me that yes, I'm developing.
For someone who's never seen your style of comedy before, what is 3 adjectives that can describe your style of comedy?
Can't believe that old white guy said what he did on stage.
That says a lot being in the South.
Right. Okay.
Because the other thing, when I say old white guy, it's primarily because I'm working in, I'll use the term, the urban clubs.
Right. Absolutely.
Uptown Comedy Corner, Atlanta Comedy Theater, a lot of Maurice's out there. His rooms.
Are you comfortable? Obviously, you're comfortable. I mean, what makes you gravitate to those rooms more than your typical Laughing Skulls, which I'm sure you did? Yes. Laughing Skulls and Punchlines and the White Rooms. It seemed like, looking at your timeline, it's a lot more urban rooms. So what makes you so comfortable doing those rooms? 2 things.
There's more urban rooms in this town, I believe, than there are white rooms.
Yeah. Good point. Okay.
And secondly, I was told early on by somebody whose judgment I really respected, that if you can make it in the urban room, you can make it just about anywhere.
That's the truth.
And then, even at the Punchline, Hank Denson was the host, and he and I have gotten close over the course of time.
He's going to be on the show too.
And he basically said, Tom, you don't need to clean your up. My stuff is not particularly clean.
Right.
But he says, you don't have to clean it up a whole lot, because comedy is comedy. And that was something that somebody told me I was at the old Uptown early on.
Yeah. I love the old town. Which one, the Marietta Street or the Hateville?
Hateville, the old one across from
the portion.
Exactly, the test ride. So, and a young guy said, he said, look, comedy is comedy. Black or white, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you succeed, if you're making them laugh, doesn't matter what the audience is. No white or black. Just don't use the N word.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the whole damn advice. Comedy's comedy. Don't say that word. That's all you need to take away from it.
Oh, okay. So it was good information about you. So I also proved your page and saw, definitely urban. So you like the black ladies, huh?
Oh, hell yes.
My man.
Well, as I
like
say,
some chocolate, huh?
part of my set, which is true, I've been married 3 times, actually, it's only twice, but don't take that. But they were both Karens. And I've now been divorced 5 years, but I've been dating black women for 20, so.
Nice.
Yo, I like that one.
Nice.
Ain't nothing wrong with that,
And
man.
then I do give a little bit of a sermon. It's men, women have responsibility one to the other during the course of the marriage. And I always like to say, look, I have 3 children, but in my family there were 4 children, and I was the 4th child. So my wife was just focused on the 3 kids and forgot about the 4th kid.
Right.
And the sex slowed down, and
Absolutely.
what the hell.
Typical marriage shit.
And
Yeah.
typical marriage shit, yeah. So I used the term, I guess I strayed.
Yeah.
And on one of those side trips, I met a young black lady, and I ain't been the same ever since.
Put that thing on your list.
She made Tom's toes curl. Haven't been the same since. That was your first freak off. Huh? You said, put your mom on the phone. I ain't coming back
Sunshine.
home.
One of my fantasies, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Speaking of that, so I'm just gonna go off the cuff here. BBL or natural? What's your preference?
I prefer a tight athletic ass.
I can see that.
And there are a couple of reasons, but I respect a woman that respects her own body.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've worked out and I run a lot and I try to stay in shape, and I respect that in another woman.
Yeah, I guess those are hard to find around here. A lot of BBL capital around here.
Oh, but if any of you're watching,
you never turn them away.
I mean, no BBLs come in handy. Feel like a stress ball when you get under some pressure.
I mean, I'm sure they look good clapping from the back.
Yeah.
What else we got?
2 other things. Know you like the black ladies. Know you do the urban club. So I got some questions for you. See if you can answer some of these urban questions.
oh shit.
Here we go.
All right. The first one. Where were you on January 6th?
See, I think I was at Uptown Comedy Corner.
Oh, okay, good.
All the white people like, all right, he was at Uptown. Okay, all right.
How many members of Wu-Tang?
How many members? I can't answer that.
Yeah, we can't either. It's a whole lot of them.
I know at least 9. I know a lot off the top of my head.
And the last one I had was how many members were in the Fat Boys?
The Fat Boy. I would guess 5.
I mean, it was close. We would have took 3 or 6. They were pretty big.
They count for 2.
So that's a multiple choice. That was a trick question.
All right, talk about.
I hope that's the last of your questions.
Yeah, for now.
Oh,
I always ask everybody this: dead or alive, top 5. They come into town. You have your last dollar. Who you gonna go spend your last dollar on? Dead or alive, top 5.
Dead or alive? I'd say Halle Berry.
Comedian.
Oh shit! You didn't say that.
Comedian.
You didn't
He's
say.
about to ask.
Well, I'll go
Comedian.
back to TK. I mean, I
TK?
just love
All right.
Comedian. Okay. TK. Next one.
Tommy Davidson. I love Tommy Davidson.
Tommy's good.
I like Rodney Perry. I mean, I like
Okay. I don't think everybody ever brought Rodney up.
You might not put him all the way up there. George Carlin. I mean, I gotta say, I studied what George Carlin has to say, and then the guy that kept going to prison.
R. Kelly.
The
most specific guy.
I thought you were saying comic.
Yeah, comic.
Who's the white guy that went? It's escaping me. But
Sam Kinison?
No. It gets before your time.
Not Belushi. Oh,
No, not Belushi. Oh, Belushi's good. Not Candy. He was very, very good.
Go to jail.
It'll come to me.
What decade?
About the 40s.
With the 40s? That was your teenage years, wasn't it?
About the 60s.
Great Gatsby.
About the 60s.
Not Lenny Bruce.
It was
Lenny Bruce. Yeah, Lenny Bruce.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
He's
Lenny
the guy.
Bruce.
Lenny Bruce was
Yeah.
the guy.
Okay.
And if you haven't seen Mrs. Maisel, whatever it is, it's a
Lenny
special.
Bruce is very much good.
He's very much a part of that.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing series.
Yeah, Lenny Bruce opened the door for just his material.
Yes.
Opened the door for like Richard Pryor.
Red
about
Fox.
when Red Fox. Red Fox and Lenny Bruce is kind of close to around the same time. But yeah, Lenny Bruce definitely opened up some doors as far as the material that you can actually say nowadays. Well, used to be able to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, why can you say I pricked my finger, but I can't finger my prick?
Yeah.
which is classic George Carlin.
Yeah.
Right, Carlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Carlin. All right, so you said you remember your list, right? You remember your 5?
Yes.
All right, so Netflix is about to cut you a check to put on the show. You got four positions. One of your comments gonna get left off. You got a host, opener, feature, and headliner. Who you choosing for those spots?
Well, I would leave off Rodney.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So who will be in those positions? Who's the host? Who's the opener? Who's the feature? And who's the headliner?
I would probably have Lenny Bruce at the table. Okay, as the opener.
Okay.
Because he would get the people thinking.
Okay.
Carlin would come kind of in the middle.
So he'd be the feature.
He'd be the feature.
Okay. Who's hosting and who's headlining?
So Tommy would. I said Tommy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Davidson would probably host.
Okay.
And who does that leave?
Kirkland.
Kirk TK would be my man.
Interesting.
He'd be my headliner.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay.
I can see that lineup. You got the animated comedy of Tommy Davidson being the host. You said being the host, correct? And then the political satire from Carlin.
Davidson I like a lot because and I need to talk about him. He's coming to town. He'll be here, I think, next month. And he was raised by a white mother.
Mm.
And he tells the joke that for the longest time he didn't know he was black.
Yeah.
But the more important thing is he was adopted. And I'm adopted. And so
okay.
so there's a thread of commonality. Now, he doesn't know this and he never will. I should be so lucky. But that's so some of these commonalities are important.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's dope. That's dope.
Definitely makes it relatable.
Now, there was a guy that came up to Comedy Theater Hughley. I left out Hughley. Hughley
I like you.
should be really, really up there.
I like you.
But there's another guy that Hughley sort of pals around with, whose name I will not say. I won't say Eddie's name. And so I was at Atlanta Comedy Theater, and I had a short shirt that said, "I can't breathe,"
Okay.
out of honor for the Minnesota
Right.
tragedy.
Right.
And the people at Atlanta Comedy Theater know who I am, and they said that DJ called out from his booth, "Look at that shirt. This is before the feature," and stuff like that. So that was good. And then, and of course, I was with my black date.
Right.
Okay. So Eddie gets on the stage. And Eddie, look at the shirt. And he looked at me and he looked at my date. And he said, "I bet you can't breathe when she sits on your face." Now, this was not the thing to say to me. And it was obviously an insult, not only to me, it was disrespecting the message that I was trying to show what I was for personally. And it was also dishonoring the person I was with.
Right.
So what does a white guy do in that situation? He's just been called out. Do I get up and walk out? No, that would just make it worse.
Yeah.
So I just had to sit there. So that was one of the low points. And I will never see that motherfucker again as long as I live.
You always got the mic. You can get the mic and roast his ass next time you see him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You can always roast his ass next time you see him. So, all right, we got a couple of topics. We're going to go ahead and get into them, all right? All right, so we have an Atlanta man named Brandon Dillard who was arrested after making millions posing as a fake dentist to provide veneers. Authorities charged him with 8 felonies. His Instagram had 157,000 followers, and he was operating on people since 2021. But the criminal arrest warrants for Dillard says he is not licensed dentist and has been illegally performing veneer procedures, like again, since 2021. So this goes back to, I had a conversation with a few females. They love to look at TikToks and Instagrams and go to these fucking people. Don't know if they have license or nothing, but they're like, oh, that should look good. And they go there and get their shit done, hair done or whatever, in these people's kitchens or whatever side alley shit they do. This dude is, I don't even know how you got an office or where's his office at. Veneers in your mouth, fucking with your teeth, with no license. No one looked to say, hey, you ain't got no fucking DeVry and nothing up there on the walls, just pictures of you and rappers. Like, what are we doing? Like, hey, he did this shit for like 3 years.
But he was teaching classes too.
He was teaching classes?
Yes, they said he was teaching classes, teaching other people to learn what he was doing, and was charging. It was like a 8-week course, $7,000. So you could be a fake dentist too.
Like, the audacity.
Well, as soon as you said that, I shut my mouth. So is there a question in there for me?
I'm saying, what do you think about that? Like, people posing as fake dentists and shit like that.
Yeah, fake dentists and stuff. The thing that worries about, okay, we talked about, somebody mentioned BBL before.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, and that, one would hope that during doing the veneers, who knows what happens if he puts him to sleep and plays with him, but we hope he doesn't do that. But that would, I expect, not be high risk. The thing that troubles me as much as anything, and the back office, back alley stuff that you talked about, women going out of town to have the BBLs, or the breast surgery augmentation.
Yep.
That scares the shit out of me, because you're in a strange place where oftentimes the language is not your first language.
Right.
You're not anywhere near your support group.
Right.
And you don't know the quality of the medicine.
Right.
And to me, I say spend the extra money, and I have contributed from time to time.
My man, I would put a couple titties on the chest.
Titties and tummy tucks and BBL, but I'll get back to my rule on that. But anyway, so I mean, you can't try to save money. Apparently, with this guy, they weren't saving any money.
No, obviously.
Yeah. Now, the people that probably ran him out of the business were the licensed dentists that were doing the veneers. But that stuff, it's illegal, and it should have been stopped. I'm glad it was stopped. He deserves to be in prison where he can do veneers for all the prisoners. But yeah,
and maybe feel like maybe Dame Dash had the niggas veneers.
When
he fell out of his mouth, and then Dash got his veneers.
But I mean, that's not the first time you had something like that happen.
Right.
Around there, you've had people, you start talking about the BBLs doing, putting.
When it was another young black guy, thinking like he was a gynecologist, he had glasses and shit like that.
No, that was a kid. That kid, he was like in his 20s, said he was a doctor.
Right.
And he had patients.
Like, that shit crazy.
Because it was at here. That was at here too.
Yeah. That's
Atlanta is not a real place. You can be what you want to be.
Now, some people go to Vegas and some people go to Miami, and so those are the
licensed.
Yeah, licensed, and here in Atlanta. So my rule on that, particularly in the breast, is that I'll pay for one, but the other woman has to have some skin in the game.
Hey,
I like that. Yeah, I got one titty. I got one double D. The other one got to figure it out.
Pick the one that's on your side of the bed.
Right. One of them shit smaller than the other normally anyway. That's funny. All right, so we got a Georgia businessman was convicted Friday of scamming former NBA star Dwight Howard out of $7 million in a bogus scheme to buy the WNBA's Atlanta Dream. The jury returned its verdict against Calvin Darden Jr. on Friday afternoon after a trial in New York City. Darden was also convicted of cheating former NBA forward Chandler Parsons in a separate scam similar to this. So, Dwight Howard, doofy ass, thought he was going to be able to be a part owner of Atlanta Dream for $7 million, and dude took his money and dipped.
All right, so background here. I'm a lawyer. I have a finance degree, and I'm familiar with this area.
Okay, nice.
And any athlete that's making several mil a year, or has the bank account with all that money in it, needs a financial advisor.
Right.
Because I was talking earlier about financial literacy.
Right.
We all need financial literacy, but
Absolutely.
the problem sometimes is that folks don't have it. They don't know it. They don't understand it. And one of the worst things I say oftentimes is you need to know what you don't know. In other words, people that don't know what they don't know are the ones that are going to get their asses in trouble. So you got to have the professional advisors, and God knows he could afford a professional advisor.
I mean, yeah, he's been playing in China for a little bit, so I know they got a little discount on his pay. So I thought he bought the team because he wanted access to their butt plugs and roses, but...
You said...
Oh, you don't know he go that way? Allegedly?
Yeah, allegedly.
But a butt plug for his son? What was it?
For him.
Yeah.
You know,
he missed like almost a whole season because they said he had he pulled a gluteus maximus muscle and he was out. First time anybody been out with an injury for that. But,
butt cheeks.
Hey, I call him Superman for a reason. Pause.
Yeah, the transgender came out on him and everything. We blasted him and everything. So I like, he wasn't sick. He trying to get them butt plugs in bulk.
He's probably over at P. Diddy's place too.
It's a different kind of alley-oop.
It's like $7 million. Again, where are you? Where's the paperwork? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Exactly
How am I not sitting in the office of the president of the organization?
Yeah, because that goes through the
GM,
league. You have to go through the league and stuff and have meetings about that stuff to happen, not just some guy that's
Exactly right. The league got to sign off.
Sign off on
the transfer of ownership.
Because they have to. Because don't they have to vet
you got to
all the owners involved with the
vet
group?
you.
They got to vet everybody. Right. So you ain't never getting a phone call and you still you piping out this money.
Yeah. $7 million. Where the rest of the partners at? Because I know $7 million ain't enough to buy one damn. Is it? It may be a WNBA team, but I'm like, where the rest of the partners at? Because you thinking you gonna be sole owner of Atlanta Dream and just be chilling? Like, come on, dog. Like,
but I think the franchise would be interesting to study. I haven't seen any financial analysis of what's happening to those, the value of those teams, because Angel Reese and Caitlin she's just filling it up.
Yeah.
And those players are not paid very much money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't get paid a lot.
They are those two and some of the others, deservedly so, are just raking it in. And frankly, from my standpoint, although that's not necessarily the topic, there was a long period of time in which I did not watch the WNBA because I just said, shit, I can play as well as they can. No longer the case. I say the quality of basketball those young ladies are playing is just awesome. And the only thing I object to is they need to increase the size of the ball. Some of the women are so big, they ought to be playing with regulation basketball. But that's just me.
I started getting into it because more of the females start looking feminine. Because I refuse to watch 12 studs running around with their straps on, dribbling the ball in the paint. Like, nah, man, I see a damn print. What the fuck are we doing? I'm not watching this shit. But Angel Reese, and there's a lot of other chicks that I'm like, damn, they fine in the motherfucker when they in their regular clothes. So I be looking at them, I be checking for them. So yeah, I've been looking for the last couple of years. Yeah, and I ain't looking at Caitlin, whatever.
Caitlin Clark.
She can ball. The girl can ball. You got to give her credit.
She can. Look like Ashton Kutcher with a ponytail.
That's fair. I'm not going to argue that. But then Garner, what is Grain?
Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner.
Oh, no, I forgot about her deep voice having that.
Well, that's right. Her Adam's apple. I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but my God, her Adam's apple sticks out more than mine.
Yeah, she's on hormone therapy. She's had her breast removed.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Her wife is pretty.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, they just had a baby about a month or so ago.
Yeah, she gonna leave her ass. She gonna leave her ass to get child support. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck was she worth for us to go to China? Where the fuck she had to go get her?
Is that right?
Griner. Where was she stuck at? Russia.
She got arrested in Russia.
She took a reefer and had her.
Yeah, she had a vape pen.
That was just stupid.
I mean, hell, they make more money overseas than they do here. Like, I think last I saw, they make maybe 25 to 30% what they make elsewhere.
Interesting.
Well, as far as just league play, and that's not even including the bonuses and stuff that they get. Working. Russia, China. Saudi Arabia has a league or whatever. So you know, a lot of them they playing year round.
They play in Dubai.
Probably.
They're
They need to go get cocky dog. That's
Yeah,
they go get shit on. Bitches is missing the opportunity. You better bring that shit like it's Vegas, bitch. You made this shit in Dubai.
They're
Let me
pro
get shit
leagues
on
all
in the
over.
locker room, huh?
Yeah.
There are pro leagues all over. That surprised me because I've got one of my friends in comedy has a son who's playing pro ball. So he started in Portugal. Now he's just signing a contract to play in Australia.
Yeah.
His ultimate hope is that he's going up the chain, so to speak,
Yeah.
and that he gets into the NBA. And if he does, I've been promised courtside seats.
Oh, sweet.
Because
That's
I've been
a
helping
good
with the
deal.
contracts.
Nice.
Good deal
Very,
right there.
very, very good deal. You gotta get it in the ground level, sir. Remember, I helped you with your contracts. All right. It said California man discovers he has been paying his neighbor's electric bill for the last 18 years due to a technical error with the meter. Ken Wilson took steps to reduce his consumption, only to find that his meter is still running even though his electricity was turned off. Upon investigation, the company confirmed that his meter has been wrongly connected to a neighboring apartment since at least 2009. How the fuck? You probably like, yo, hold the fuck up. It's just me and you, bitch. What are you doing?
I mean, if
Where's my bill
I
$5?
thought it was going to be a house. Now you
Yeah,
say
an
it's
apartment. Yeah.
Holy shit! I mean, how many dryers? How many windows?
Right.
You know,
18 years.
that's a long time.
So he was paying the whole bill that whole time of the neighbors.
Now it's likely that he's entitled to some type of
I would hope
refund
so.
from the electric company, but there's a statute of limitations probably that applies to this refund claim, if you will. So he's probably going to get about 6 years back, but that'll be a big chunk of money apparently. It had to be a big number. I don't know
For
what
two
the number
apartments,
was.
but
Yeah, but he said he got this shit eventually got turned off because he wasn't paying his shit. It was like, yeah, you was paying, but that was for them. So you in the
yeah, they got
arrears.
to owe him. They got to
You in
owe him
arrears, my
something.
boy.
And whoever was living beside him or whatever apartment there was
Man.
getting over big time.
Look, that's
Big
like stealing
time.
cable. Motherfucker went back in the day, motherfucker stealing cable. That's like that shit. Hey, did you pay the bill yet? I ain't paid that shit in 18 years. Motherfuckers love me over there. That's getting over.
It's cable, and then you can piggyback apparently on Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the other
All these
pay channels.
subscriptions. Sure the fuck yeah.
Actually, when I moved years ago,
No, you
Actually, my
you
mom-
hope the statute of limitations.
Oh no,
Is that what
I'm
you
pretty
hope?
sure it's over. But my mom, she had Direct TV, and I actually joined on her plan, and all I had to do was pay for the box. But I was here in Georgia, so
Nice.
like $10 a month.
Nice.
Still got my at-home channels. So
You're the guy I'm paying for.
yeah, right, exactly.
Fire Stick has been good to me. I use that shit all the time. What movie's coming out? I'll see this shit on Friday just like you from my house.
Yeah, it costs too much to go to the movies nowadays, man.
listen.
It's-
Shit.
Last time I went, actually, the last time I went, I think I spent, it was just me and my two sons, and we went, and I spent about $80.
Really?
Without getting
Tickets
food.
and popcorn.
Yeah,
That was it.
Yeah,
And that was it. And I'm just like,
that's ridiculous.
yeah. And all I'm gonna do is because once I'm getting close to your age. Once I sit still, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm like, there's
All
no
this shit's
need.
got a lounge chair, so it makes it you
Yeah.
fall asleep anyway.
On age, and we won't stick on this too long, but how old do you guys think I am?
I would say roughly
Give you about 67?
Close.
67.
What do you say? You guys gonna sync together?
You said
Nah.
close.
Well, I know black don't crack. So what you about 13? No, I would say
It has been
72.
Well, that's closer. It has been 40 years since I was 40.
80?
80.
Get the hell out of here,
80,
Tom.
80 is the number. 80
Damn,
is
Tom, you still good 80 years old, man.
See, fucking black bitches have some purpose.
Hey.
This is not particularly clean, right?
No,
Okay,
no.
so I've been
Speak
eating
your
pussy and fucking since I was 15.
Yes.
And one of the things I've learned is that all those sweet juices on my face. I mean, it's the fountain of youth.
Yeah,
I swear, guys,
yeah.
listen, it's the fountain of youth.
Hey.
Now, I do not use any conditioner. No. Now my legs are ashy as fuck.
You gotta put your foot in that pussy, huh?
Hey, you ain't never lied about that. It definitely keeps your skin tight.
It does.
Yeah.
And it'll make that beard of yours stop being so great.
Oh no, that's what making my beard great. Thank you, baby.
Eating and stressing me out. Yeah, nothing like that.
But you know, I do a sermon when I say I'm eating it, which is obviously the truth. You got to eat right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't overeat. I don't undereat.
Yeah.
I drink, but not to excess.
Yeah.
I don't do any drugs, but I don't care. If people want to do the drugs, that's fine. That's up to them.
They say you look amazing to be 80. So, what's Slick say? I can't see hers.
Was that a woman or a guy?
Guy.
Oh, shit.
It's a lamb. He says a lamb.
He's a pastor.
Oh, sorry, sir.
He's gonna pray over the booty first.
Yo.
Thank God. I'm about to go in, God. Let me bless his ass. I can't believe what 6 seconds going across there.
As much as an issue.
Money was not the first. Fuck it, I can't read it.
Yeah, I think it's referring to
The last shit. All right, so this is interesting. The new Forbes study suggests that Georgia drivers are some of the best behaved drivers behind the wheel in the United States. The data was collected from June 24th of this year to July 3rd and involved 5,000 American drivers from the ages of 18 years old and older. The factors include speeding, texting while driving, and running red lights. Others include changing lanes without signaling, cutting other drivers off, honking or cursing at others on the road. When the data was analyzed, Georgia ended up 46 on the list, which means only 4 other states came out better behaved. According to the researchers, Tennessee drivers are the politest, while those who hit the road in Hawaii are the rudest in the country.
Where did New York come in?
They ain't say. I ain't see.
Nowhere on that one.
We got to be high.
If they're 46,
I mean, the higher means the ruder they are, the
Yes,
worse behaved.
yes, yes.
So the lower you on the totem pole.
break it down.
Yeah, so 46, Georgia's 46. So Tennessee is 50. They considered the most politest, kindest people on the road.
So they're saying Georgia drivers are good drivers.
Behave well.
Oh, that's outside the perimeter. That's like in the suburbs. Because there ain't no way in the hell you're going to sit there and say.
God, I cursed a lot today.
Yeah, and you got racing. They race all through, especially at night. You got people racing. You got the street takeovers. I haven't seen a signal turned on yet
I hate that
this week, and I'm probably one of them too. Because it's
And northbound 400 last week, somebody got shot. Road rage.
Yeah,
somebody got
yeah.
shot. So
Yeah, obviously they said it stopped July 3rd, so they stopped right in time. Oh, the survey's over. Pop, pop, pop. What I said, nigga? Who the fuck over?
Well, you remember a couple years ago they were talking. They had all those shootings on I-20.
Yeah.
Road rage incidents, people getting shot in traffic. And my thing is, it's stupid. You mean to tell me we bumper to bumper, you argue with me, and you shoot me? Where are you going? We're still in the traffic.
That's right.
Like, what sense does that make?
Look at me in my eyes.
Yeah. You gonna shoot them, just roll the window up, act like they ain't there?
Yeah, I mean,
Come on.
yeah, because Georgia's such a damn near melting pot
Yeah.
of all these different drivers. This shit, it's just hard. You have to have a lot of patience to drive out here, and I can't see it as the most well behaved. Because I done seen motherfuckers jump out of cars, cussing and swinging at each other with crowbars, all type of shit. So it's hard to believe that they're the best, some of the best drivers, because this shit is just accidents all the time. I've been in Georgia since '98. I've never spent, and I'm like, look on the news. It's never one day there's no accidents.
Yeah.
It's never a day that Spaghetti Junction ain't mentioned, Panola Road, all these other fucking shits. I'm like, damn, there's always accidents on these motherfuckers. And it be stupid shit, sun in their eyes. Like today, we would slow down. I'm like, all right, where's the accident at? Oh, it's the fucking sun. This is what's causing back an extra 20-minute. What are we talking about right now?
Hell, you can talk about the Grady curve, slowing down because of the curve.
Right, the Grady curve.
Like, just because it's a curve, you got to slow down.
Merge,
Right?
motherfucker.
Just
Or
keep
my
going.
favorite, the police is pulled over and you slowing down. For what? I speed right past the motherfucker. See, you gonna jump in and get my ass too? Like, and they move over. I never understood that shit. Man, motherfucker, you have to move. That's a law.
You got to move over now. Yeah.
I ain't know that. Because
change your lanes if you can. Change lanes.
That's good news to me. Because
But-
it took me a long time to even get used to the whole stopping exactly when them niggas pass by, or stop when the funeral procession come by. I'm like, why are we stopping? So the dead is passing by. Nigga, they dead. Then what the fuck? Why would they care?
The thing that pisses me off is out of respect. That's absolutely right. But you know, the major intersections, 285 and 20. Oh my God! Because I come down from the northern area, getting off of 285 onto 20 is a nightmare.
Yeah.
The 75, 285, the Spaghetti Junction is a bitch. I mean, there's so many places, and then I'm on the north side near Sandy Springs, where on 285 they've been doing construction now
all
for
the
2
time.
years.
Yep.
It's just
Dunwoody area, they always doing construction
That's
over
what I'm
there
talking
too.
about.
Yep. And fucking 400, Georgia 400. I hate that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't live on 400 no more.
Yeah, I'm about to say that shit was
yeah.
hard to come visit. You'll come down the house like,
'Cause I was living off 400 and then and working out at the Mall of Georgia.
yeah.
So I would come down 400, 285, 75, 85, go north, and it was just hell. It's like, you know, when they had the ice storm. Took me 8 hours to get home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I could not get home that night.
Yeah.
I tried to get home. I waited for everybody to get out. I was in the office at the time. Said, okay, I went over to a health club. I said, I'll let everybody go. I'll go work out because the health club was open. And then I went back to my car. Couldn't get out of the friggin' parking lot because of the ice and the snow. So I ended up that night sleeping under my desk.
Oh,
Wow.
Not get out
I thought you were gonna say you slept in the gym. I was like, you got a shower, you got all that type of shit, granola bars.
That would have been a good thing. That would have been a good thing.
I would have slept in the gym like, hey.
Now, there are about
listen to
8
that
of us. There are 4 guys and 4 women. This made for a bad combination because we could get around in the complex. We just couldn't get onto the major roads. So we went south of the border, which was very nearby. Just got toasted on margaritas. I had the good sense to stay in my office under my desk all alone. One of the other guys did not, and he was asked to leave the firm.
Oh,
I was about to say, I thought you were about to say, we had a gangbang. Hey, we snowed in. What you expect? Margaritas, some pussy. I was like, oh, he gonna say he had a gangbang.
Sometimes, though, you know, I do have a story about that because.
About gangbang?
Well, I'm not quite gangbang.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I won't go into that just yet. So I'm in New York at a conference, and I was with one of somebody on my staff, a young woman, very attractive, little lacking in self-confidence. Okay. And she had married her high school sweetheart. So at midnight, she knocks on my door. Now, what am I going to do? You know, because I'm the boss, okay?
Oh,
and
I like the scenario already.
And if I'd have said no and turned her away, it would hurt her self-esteem. It might have hurt her production in the office. It was going to be bad for my group and the company, and maybe hurt the company. I had to take one for the team. I had to let her in.
Oh, man.
I had to do my part.
Hey. Found the team player, y'all.
On the job training.
Look me in my eyes when you
And she needed so much training when we returned to Atlanta. I continued that on the job training.
Hey. That's continued education.
Oh, man. Tom, why you always late here with old girl, huh? Why you got that business? Why don't they lock the door?
Tutoring.
Right. Get under the desk, bitch.
Well, the rest of the story is 3 months later, we're at a company function, and her husband walks over to me.
Oh, shit.
He says, Tom, I understand you fucked Sharon up in New York. I said, oh my God, he's going to kick my ass. This is going to be a bad scene. But remember, she had married him right out of high school.
Yeah.
She didn't have much experience. I contributed to that on the job training.
Yeah, see?
So he said, thank you very much for fucking my wife. Because our sex has never been better and you helped our marriage.
See?
Taking
You're
one
welcome.
for the team.
Yeah, see?
So if there's anybody out there,
Tom is offering his services.
Yeah, right? No wife left
I'll
behind.
strengthen your marriage. I guarantee your marriage will be better.
Make cockhold great again.
Yo,
Tom teacher how to swallow. That shit. That shit. She didn't do that shit with you yet. Let me text her.
That's next week's class.
Right.
Of course, it's sometimes awkward because then sometimes the husband says, if doesn't know the background, where'd you learn how to do that?
Hey.
That's what you got to be careful about.
Yeah, you're right about that one.
I had a few of those moments. When you take a break from a girl and she come back with new tricks, bitch, where you going? You only broke up 2 weeks. You nasty motherfucker.
Spring
But we
training.
respect women. I do.
Yes, we do, but still.
On the pedestal.
All right. Speaking of women, it's a video of a man who approaches a woman talking to her at her house, and she's closing her door after she talked to another gentleman, and the man pulls out a gun and shoots at the woman for not texting him back. He asked her, "Did you get my text?" She said, "I got the text." He said, "So you ain't decided to respond?" She said, I was busy. I wasn't feeling it that day." He said, "Oh, okay." And you hear her say, "So you gonna put out a gun on me?" And he shoots at her through her gate door. Bam, bam. I don't know if she got hit. They don't say whether she got hit or not. But he casually walks off. But you see all this shit happen on her ring thing. How mad and how horny you got to be to shoot at a motherfucker that don't respond back at your damn text?
Well, that is immature.
To say the least.
And that's going to end him up in jail if she presses charges.
Yeah.
That's aggravated assault with a weapon.
Absolutely.
And if she presses charges, his ass is grass. He'll go to jail.
Yeah,
And the bonds will be very high because he used a weapon in the process. It's just not beating a woman. If you use a weapon and fired at a woman and she presses charges, you're going to go to jail.
So you said beating a woman is probably less bond.
As long as you're not hitting her with a gun. But you're still guilty. There are 2 things that really piss me off. Physical abuse of a woman and physical abuse of a child.
Absolutely.
Okay, I draw the line. Absolutely pisses me off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not something to laugh about.
Absolutely.
But if we're trying to make fun of it. It's not fun.
Yeah. I think the issue lies with that's a microcosm of the sensitivity of society and people can't not being able to handle rejection. Because it was a text message. Definitely not necessary. You know.
People get ghosted all the time, sir.
Yeah. It's just that shows a mental defect in that man's mind. As far as, you know.
He was an older gentleman. It wasn't like he was probably at least in his early 50s. Shoot.
Yeah, not older.
But you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you expect that's some young 20-something-year-old thing. It was like, dude, you like in your 50s, you know better. Come on, let's cut it out. That wasn't necessary.
We live in a society that people crave attention. You know, and they'll do what they can for that attention. It's like, you know, it goes back to what we were talking about last week, you know, as far as, you know, when you go on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and, you know, so-and-so is going viral for saying such and such, the most outlandish shit that you could possibly think of. You know, do you really believe that? And one, who gives a shit? You know, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. My theory is the motherfucker probably took a gas station pill. Dick was hard. He couldn't get that shit off. He was mad. You know, you prep yourself for it. You're like, no, plans cancel. I ain't come. Or you ignore text. I was like, oh.
I have never taken one of those gas stations. Have you? Well, remember, do they work? I mean, I hear people talking about it all the
I took
time.
the honey before.
I've had the honey before.
The honey pack?
The honey works.
Yeah, the honey works. You know, it works.
Gas
you start
station
getting
pill, I'm scared of that shit.
the pills. Yeah, I'm alright on that.
die.
You get that spidey sense tingling.
I don't want that to be on my motherfucking autopsy report. Like, why the fuck he had all those goddamn dick pills in his goddamn system?
Hey, that's what got all your boy. Was it Kevin Samuels?
That's what it was?
Yeah, they said he was. I guess he had. They said allegedly he had a gas station pill and chased it with a Red Bull. And some young girl over there
Wore his ass out.
put it on him.
Lord have mercy.
That's the way to go, though. I don't know. That's the way to go.
I mean, at least hope you finish first.
Yeah, you wouldn't
If
want
you're
to
going and ain't finished,
Right, that's
well, you're like,
sucks.
damn.
You would have it with blue balls.
One thing I will say.
Send me back down, God. I got give me 5 more pumps. I'll be right back.
I will say that, you know, I already said, you know, I drink a little bit, but not a lot. I don't smoke cigarettes or do any drugs, and I can honestly say at my advanced age, I am still fully functional. No cap.
Heard no
My
Tom
man.
with the no cap.
No cap.
Tom say he be laying that deep.
That's why y'all here giving lessons. Or your man take pills, Not I. Come on.
Tom, I think you need to start a seminar.
There is that old country western song. I mean, I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
Yeah.
So you gotta believe it. There's
Yeah,
truth
you
in
gotta.
it.
I mean, hey, if they got rich dad, poor dad, you can do soft dad, hard dad. Tom's class to euphoria.
They will not be limited to financial literacy.
Oh shit, that's funny, dude. All right, so they said it's a study that says Americans who live close to their mothers are more likely to have less money and lower education.
I saw that one.
Lower education. Wealthier people can afford to pay for services like child and elder care, while low-income families are more likely to rely on nearby relatives. So all you fucking mamas, boys, and shit that's stuck in your basement, yeah, motherfuckers most likely have less money, which is weird to me because
It don't
you're
make
not
sense.
using it to do
Yeah.
shit. You're not using your money. You're saving it by staying with your mama. So why the fuck you have less money? But the studies show that they less productive. They don't feel the need to go get extra education.
Maybe they're not earning as much.
They live with their mom.
Live with their mom.
Man, listen. If you're not spending that money on video games and prostitutes, you are wasting your time. You are underestimating your value. Your mom need to be threatening to kick you out every week. Like, is that another bitch down there? No, mom, no. She playing video games with me. She got the headset on. Look at her. Like, what the fuck? This is a waste of time, sir. You are staying with your mom. You are supposed to be doing delinquent shit.
Yeah, I have to apply that to my family, so I'm thinking about that. So I was the first one out of the house, and
How many of y'all?
I have a brother and a sister.
Okay.
My sister's 1 year younger, and my brother's 2 years younger.
I'm gonna ask you a black question. Same daddy?
Actually, no.
Oh! One of us!
So to add, I was gonna say color, but anyway. So I'm adopted. I think I might have already said that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, and my sister's adopted.
Oh, okay. All right.
And back in that day, there was a medical issue where my adopted mother couldn't conceive, but then within the short period of time, they solved that medical problem. She could conceive, so my brother is natural born.
Right.
So yes, we all have, in some respects, the same nuclear family in terms of what's been adopted. And all that. But yeah, my sister has a different birth mother, birth father, and as do I.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing is, I won't go into all these details, but under 23andMe, which is kind of great, I've been able to reconnect over the course of years with, from my standpoint, my birth father's family and my birth mother's family,
Oh,
Nice.
which is
good
kind of
stuff.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good stuff.
cool.
That's very cool. So you ain't find out you ain't got no 5% black in you or Nigerian or none of this?
Well, I like to say that I'm 65% Northern European
Okay.
and 35% West African,
Okay.
and I have not been cheated.
My bad. Yes, sir. That was a good one.
Black power.
Yes, sir.
Y'all, wow.
He was up for that one. All right, so I had a conversation with a friend of mine, Miss Gemini, who has a podcast on here, and we was talking about shit like motherfuckers' theory on cheating and the shit that's absolute deal breakers, right? So I've messed with chicks before who goes, all right, you cheated on me, you have sex with another chick, blah blah blah. You ate her pussy, did all that stuff, but did you kiss her? I'm like, yeah, it's part of fucking foreplay. Oh my god, I can't believe you kissed the bitch in the mouth, blah blah blah. But for guys, it's the flip end. For most guys I know, it's all right, you kissed the motherfucker, but did you suck his dick? Because for me, sucking his dick is a deal breaker. Because I've had females that go, we're not in a relationship, I don't do no kissing in the mouth. And go down and start gobbling my shit. I'm like, what sense does that make? Carry on, but this thought process of what is a deal breaker for you? If you get cheated on, what is the thing like? oh my God, I can't believe you did that shit, you nasty motherfucker.
Well, as long as everybody stays in their lane, the man and the woman,
Okay.
and you understand the scope of the relationship, and you keep it clean and disease-free and all that other stuff, then who gives a shit? I mean,
So,
I don't care.
so if she goes raw,
Yeah, I don't
you don't care?
No, as long as she's clean and I'm clean, shit, I'll go raw.
If she cheats
If
on
she
you,
cheats on
if
you,
she
though.
cheats on you, what? And she said,
But I don't consider
Tom,
I don't consider cheating on me.
but I'm saying, if you never female never tell you they cheat on you.
No, because it's generally an open relationship.
Oh man,
Okay, Tom.
Thomas,
No,
look,
you gotta understand
Thomas
the rules.
put us on game, man.
Hey,
Thomas said he's supposed to for everybody. This is my
Tom is a
turn.
contract killer. I hear you, bro.
Once you understand the rules. Now, I have had problems where there's been a little bit of jealousy. So she probably not. She got a little too attached, didn't stay in her lane. Her nickname is Postal because she went postal on me. So, but then there's another chick that gets pissed off because when we're in a threesome, I'm whispering in the other woman's ear and she gets pissed off over that. So you got to be careful what you're doing.
What you whisper?
Yo, okay.
What you whispering?
Okay, whoa, back up. You just go fly over, when you're in a threesome, but I whisper in her ear.
Remember to spin that block back.
We're going to have to hang out after the show, man.
What you whispering in this motherfucking ear?
Well, you just got to sweet nothing to inspire their performance.
Seminar, I keep telling you.
He TED talking them through the sex. Hey, I like that. Keep doing that shit.
But I have learned. There's a risk in calling the lady the wrong name.
Yeah.
Oh,
So part of the seminar is always call him baby.
absolutely.
Oh, my baby, you are fantastic. Yes. Oh my God, how can you do that? Do it some more. I mean, but it's always the same name. It's always
You
baby.
called the wrong name and got.
Oh shit. That's-
Tom, you something else. Boy.
So what's for you? So your woman tell you she's cheating on you, and what is the deal? Like, you better not have blah blah blah.
For me, I would say kissing and giving head would be both.
So
Because kissing is a very intimate action.
Okay.
You know, it's usually, think about growing up, your first kiss. Or, when you first start, you got some foreplay going on. And definitely, she's going down on somebody and she cheated on you and going down on somebody. Mentally, you go to kiss her, is that onions or is that dick on your breath? It's like you got some questions.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's definitely a deal breaker, I would say, because that's I would rather not know because having that that having a vivid imagination and this it gets stuck in your head.
Yeah. Exactly.
It comes out. It comes out at the wrong time. Y'all sitting there chilling. This years down the line, and y'all eating some wings. You got some lemon pepper wet. And she go to throw that damn drum in her mouth. Did you do that to Tyrone? You gonna go back to that.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I told motherfucker.
Well, let me ask you guys a question then. So, the first time you ever went down on a woman, what did you think? Or did you do it on your own? Did she ask you to do it?
I was coached into doing it.
Okay.
My dad actually told me to do it. He's like, look, if you don't eat her coochie, a motherfucker like me gonna come along and do this shit for you. You love her? You better do this shit. I'm like, oh shit. I mean, you're right. Because she was a virgin at the time, and she wasn't giving up nothing else. And he was like, this is the way to kind of introduce her to this shit. I'm like, all right, you're right. And he was right. About like 2-3 months later, she let me take her virginity. But it was, my thing was, it ain't that bad. It's,
No, it ain't.
You don't really have no taste of it. It ain't that bad.
Yeah, your first time because you really don't know what the hell you're doing.
Right. You're right.
I would say I could piggyback off your seminar on that. Cause
Yeah, you don't know what you're doing.
hey, because I give a stud a run for money around here. All right?
Yeah, I was watching a lot of my dad's VHSs back then. So slow that down. Let me see. You stick your tongue right there. I think I'm ready. He was like, all right. So,
I mean,
yeah,
they
I was
got,
terrible back then, I'm sure.
Speaking of the VHS, though, these kids just do not know how good they have it nowadays.
Man, listen.
Getting the tape, putting the tape in there, and finding
the perfect scene.
The perfect scene. You got to fast forward and rewind.
Without popping the tape.
And then, they move the DVDs. You can jump the scenes. Now everything's on your phone. You don't even need nothing right now.
No, but
everything's with you.
I was thankful for that because I was getting tired of the magazines. So you had to transition from in my day.
Yeah, I was waiting watching Transformers the whole time. Yeah, hold on, that motherfuckers, they be fucking to sit all the way up here. Bitch, you ain't. Yeah, hold on, that motherfuckers, they be fucking to sit all the way up here. Bitch, you ain't. Motherfuckers up on the side and came right around like, I was like, oh shit. How long you was watching? He was like, I was here for a minute.
Yeah, I've been called, unfortunately, a few times in high school. You know, it was had a girlfriend over at the time. I was probably 16, 17 years old. And my mom was, you come in the house, this living room, my mom's room is up front, my room's in the back. And we back there, door closed, and I hear the footsteps. My mom called my name. I'm like, don't come back here. She comes to the door, you know, goes off on me or whatever. So she tells me, you know, next time she come over, you have to leave the door open. I said, cool, we'll leave the door open. And close the door. She come over a couple weeks later. Same thing. Mama come back there with the door. We got the door open again. So it's like now it's, okay, you can't have company in your room. So we on the couch, across from her room, her door closed. Still didn't stop us. Still got caught again. Just like, I have not run a hotel.
Three-time loser.
Yeah, 3 times. Yeah, you know, it happens. You know, I've had that happen before. You know, I actually around the same time got caught by a friend of a friend, with somebody I wasn't supposed to be with. When around 17 years old, had a little party at the house, was leaving, taking them home, and there's this long little stretch road. So we pulled over, we in my mom's car, and get in the back seat. And back then she had the car phone, you know, they had the stand that stuck up. So we sitting there, and we going at it, and Sky pulled over, thought we were broke down, and you know, knocked on the window. He was like, "You need some help?" No, I'm good, bro. You know, so he left, went off, and then my friend at the time, he pulled up with his girl, who was friends with the girl I was actually dating, and saw us in there. So yeah, I got caught that way too. So,
God damn, that's awkward.
My parents were under the impression that I was a perfect kid, and because I did very well academically in high school, somewhat athletic and on teams. And so my parents had no problem me having study sessions, door closed, up in my bedroom with one of my classmates.
All the time.
And the other thing that was so good about that is the parents of the women I was dating couldn't wait for me to take out their daughters that I'd be fucking away. But because they knew that I was very
you had
well
a
off
future. You was
academically.
going somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if I was going to go anywhere, but yeah. So, I hope parents are smarter these days than my parents.
Sure is. Lad, what about you? What's the I can't believe you did that shit, bitch, when you cheated on me. That would drive you crazy. That's like an absolute, like, I can't believe you fucking did this shit, you nasty.
Me,
all of it.
no kissing, no pillow talk, no
Pillow talk.
none of that shit.
Can't-
Flies with me.
Can't
None
talk.
of it.
Okay, all right.
None of it. I don't fall for any of that shit. There's no slide.
Gotcha.
Now,
If you got to choose
if
between,
we're open.
okay,
But if we're supposed to be monogamous, nah, that shit don't fly with me.
no kissing, no
No
head,
no.
nothing.
Oh my god.
No hand job.
Let's just start at lunch at work.
Nigga said a work husband can't even work.
Let's start at work husband. That nigga's not your husband. Let's start there and move our way down. That's how it starts.
That's exactly how it starts.
Work husband, and after lunch, after work, and you know when she gets to work husband, right? She stop calling your ass on lunch break.
Sure do. You don't come up like you used to, huh? I be so busy. Nigga be bringing her favorite lunch and all that shit.
Right.
Yeah, this is such and such. Oh, she talks so much about you. Well, not to me on lunch, motherfucker. What she be talking about?
Right.
Yeah. I've been a few that bullshit, work husband bullshit. I've been a few work husbands myself. Like that shit is a come up.
You been a few work husbands?
I have, and you do. You try to use the angle. You try to use the angle.
I can't be nobody work husband. I can't.
Use
We
the
gotta
angle.
be fucking for you to call me your husband.
Sometimes you fucking this shit just happened. He's like, I'm your what? Yeah, he my worker. Don't be talking. I'm like, oh, okay. Bitch, you done drafted me.
Would you?
Hey, no, I can't talk to you no more. Bitch, you done told me.
Selective
It was
service.
it, man. Natural selection, bitch. I don't know what to tell you. It was real. So it come with its perks, you know what I'm saying? They get their little, you know, they buy you stuff, bring you shit, they help you work. So I mean, I don't do sex at work shit. So I see that shit go left too many
That can
times.
go left real bad.
And I'll be like, nah, I'm cool on that shit.
I think back when I was younger, there was probably more of that work playing around than there may be today. I don't know.
Yeah.
May have to do with the size of the companies.
That's a good point. There's a lot of places to hide and do this shit.
Yeah, the things I remember. I mean, I was active when I was in the first firm I was with, and actually was coaching the softball team too.
Okay.
And so I had a thing for our shortstop, and so she was married and had a couple of kids, and I was married at the time, had no kids.
My man, son.
Perfect situation. So I'd take her home from practice some of the time, and then she introduced me to her husband. And it's kind of like this thing I told you earlier about the parents.
Right.
He said, you know, most of the guys that she works with are such shitholes, but you're a nice guy. You're a fucking nice wife.
Right. I'm so happy you bring her home. I am too.
Just remind me to keep my girl away from Tom. Like, Tom is such a swell guy.
Life's a bitch, isn't it?
Yeah, right?
Mr. Steele, girls in the
Now tell me,
building.
when you come back, you want to be Tom?
Hey, I wouldn't mind being Tom. I tell you what. Good credit score, getting the women.
Hell yeah.
And still fun.
It's still functional at 80 years old. That's amazing, man. That's good stuff.
So Tom, give me your socials, where they can find you, and any shows you got coming up.
Okay. Find me on Instagram as Matt, M-A-T, Champ, C-H-A-M-P, just Matt Champ. I'll pop up. Shows me holding a mic. And don't have any shows scheduled. I hit a lot of the open mics. When I show up, I get up.
What's your favorite mics to go to that they can see you at?
I really like Monticello, which is one of the richest rooms.
Yep, I definitely know that wrong.
I like that one a lot.
So that's Thursdays.
Right. It used to be on Thursdays. Monticello now is just Friday, Saturday.
It's Fridays and Saturdays. Okay.
Yeah. And I like most of the mics at Uptown Comedy Corner.
Okay.
Usually it's Aunt Love is just the greatest DJ in the world, and I love getting up there.
Yeah, Aunt Love.
It doesn't matter who's hosting, whether it's Erica Duchess or anybody else.
Right.
And then a couple other places around town that I really enjoy. A couple of smaller rooms. There's a workout room I go to on late Monday night. God help me, it's at 11 o'clock. Ship and Anchor, but it's just a workout room. So you want to do your best stuff at the Atlanta Comedy Theaters at the Uptown Comedy Corner. But then you got to go to a workout room and try your new material.
In front of a bunch of comedians that don't laugh.
Well, that's absolutely right.
Hate that shit.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, I drove over here. Is this shit funny?
Yeah, exactly.
Laugh.
That's
Well, fuck y'all, I'm out of here.
Exactly.
So I'm working out shit just like y'all. Laugh, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But all right, y'all. I mean, that was Tom. It was good. We learned a lot from you, my brother.
Thank you,
Man,
Good stuff, Tom, man.
Appreciate that.
really good
All right.
shit. Definitely would never bring any female that I know around your ass that I like. You can't get their asses a ride home. You can't be stuck with them in a snowstorm. None of that shit.
Just no married ones.
No married ones?
Well, that's okay.
I'm about to say you.
I know,
There
right?
was a married one you fuck. What are you talking about?
I do make exceptions. I do make exceptions.
You just gave us a married bitch you fuck. What are you talking about? All right, y'all. If y'all missed this episode for any reason at all, you can catch it again, watch it over and over. It's on Spotify, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, iTunes, Google Play, Instagram Misfits of Comedy, Facebook Misfits of Comedy, Roku TV, Amazon Music, anything you like, you watch your podcast on, we are on. All right. So there's absolutely no reason, no excuses for say you can't watch the show. You haven't watched the past episode. Again, you can watch this episode over and over. YouTube as well. We will be here next week again, same time, same bat channel, and there's a bunch of other platforms on podcast shows on here. So continue to support the other Misfit radio and TV shows. Until next week, Peace.
Holla.
Chris Classic 2016. First of all, I'm a New York nigga. New kicks, new chicks, and new fitted. You could put me anywhere, I'ma kick it. 125th G-Dep, let's get it. I hate when niggas say you make real hip-hop. I will still fuck your bitch in Gucci flip-flops. The problem is if I say anything intelligent, you call it conscious like it's somehow not relevant. I agree that this ain't really for KOD, but say la vie out the bows in the SUV. On my way to the Black Oscars, the late Oscar Grant is getting honored. Somebody tell Ryan Coogler he's a monster. And Magic and Jordan will be the sponsors. The great Quincy Jones will pick the artist. For the Robert Glasper Ensemble. Oh, look, it's the LeBron sipping on our mom with the Simmons and the Carters and Obamas.